Stephen, let's kick-start by doing an injury update.
Well, the only one that's really with Rob the physio this morning is David Aschiusnauskas. Everyone else is training, which is good. That's 33 bodies that we have now in training with the couple of trialists that we have in, so that's the only one, and I don't think by looking at him that he will be too far away either.
Explain how things are working today, because you've got a couple of groups doing different bits and pieces.
Yeah, we have one group in like a sports hall doing agility work with Eduardo, and I think Andy Murray's just went up there to help out, and I've got a group this morning and we'll do some circuits and stuff with Tom, and then we'll get a touch of the ball with some shooting exercises, some sprints, so 2 groups, and then we'll switch them again tomorrow.
We did a thing with Andy Murray yesterday, which is on Hartswell today. Fascinating having a look at some of the different data you can learn about players, isn't it? Yeah,
the stuff that Andy's got is first class, and he's very good at it, and he's one of the top in his game at doing the sports science and the rehab and excuse me, when he looks at all the heart rate data. So it's great to have Andy on board, and I say all the stuff that he does is first class, and it's very interesting to see where you want players to be in different zones in terms of the heart rate and stuff.
Let's just speak briefly about this business of the mood and all that kind of stuff that's been written about. An awful lot of stuff written at home, possibly by people who haven't actually been out here and seen what's going on. What's your take on everything?
I think it's very easy to do that when we talk about us as a football club, to be negative and be down because it seems to make good news and good reading. Yes, there's times when players are a little bit unhappy with the training they're doing, but that's just because it's pre-season and it's a slog at times, and they're doing 2 sessions a day and their legs are tired and heavy. But I can't see it being any different from any other club. We just need to keep working away. We're following a plan to carry it out to the best of our ability.
Tell us about your own pre-season, because maybe that would put things into perspective, because football's changed a little bit.
It's changed a heck of a lot since I done it. When I first started out, the pre-season was basically 2 weeks of just hard slogging running. Very rarely seen a ball, and when you did, it was for more of a recovery, and by then you were just wanting to rest and not worry about kicking the ball. Now it's all changed, the science again behind it. There's a lot more maybe emphasis on small-sided games and possession games, 3v3s, 4v4s in big areas that gets the heart rate working and the players fit. And we're doing that in conjunction with stuff that Eduardo's set out, and again 1 or 2 of his things have been involved with that as well.
Okay, we want maximum effort. Did it yesterday? No, you did it the day before, I think, and it was first class. And I can tell you, without lying, it was better than yesterday's football. So I don't want you to drop the standards. I want to keep your standards this high. So let's get maximum effort.
Looking towards the weekend, again Friday and Saturday, game 1, game 2, do you approach it in a similar way to last weekend, possibly playing a younger team in one game and then a slightly more experienced team in the other?
Well, to be honest, we haven't really excuse me again, we haven't really sat down and spoke about the games at the weekend. There's been a gap of 6 days in between them, so I'm sure over today and tomorrow we'll look at the different squads, and the last couple of days there's been 2 squads. One has been predominantly with the first team lads in it, and then a sort of younger squad, but it's important that although the young lads are here and they're getting experience, and it's fantastic experience from them, the emphasis should be on making sure that we get the first team guys ready and up to speed for the first game of the season.
The 2 teams this weekend are going to be strong opposition, both Premier League teams, both decent calibre.
They always are, and that's what you want. You want a progression in the games that you play. It was obviously a pleasing win against Austria Vienna. We then follow that with the defeat against Kloppenburg again, which was a younger team, and they were a very experienced team, physical, big, strong. We get the good draw against Rottweiler Essen, which was very trying circumstances in terms of the weather and stuff. So we're looking again to see more of a progression in Friday's game and Saturday's games in terms of fitness and sharpness.
In terms of the match selection so far, we've touched on it before, but the games Hearts are playing in, okay, Saturday's and Friday's games were against low division opposition, but they're still full-time opposition, playing in a country where football is of a high standard even in those divisions. The games Hearts have chosen really from the beginning right through to Barcelona are all tough games rather than ones you could expect to turn up and roll your opposition 5-6-0.
Yeah, and that was the thinking behind it. You know, when you come to Germany and Austria, you're playing teams who are of a good standard. That's what you want. You want to test your players. Again, I've said this on a number of occasions, you could lose all your pre-season games and then go and have a great run at the start of the season. Likewise, you could win them all and not start your season properly. So again, the emphasis is more on getting sure that the players are ready and fit and sharp for the first game of the season, the 6th of August against Hibs.
Would you give a message to the fans back home who've read some of these different newspaper things and they're wondering what's going on? You're here, you're there involved in radio. What would you just say to them?
I'd just say that, I mean, we had a group of fans at the game on Saturday, and it was great to see them, and they're making a noise in the stadium. They need to just keep with us. Yes, there's a lot of things come out of the club in terms of different people coming in and different methods and stuff, but that's Hearts and that's the way it is. But there's a lot of negativity surrounds us, and I think it's easy for people to knock us, but we won't let them knock us, because we know what we have here in terms of a staff and a group of players, and we're all fighting to make sure that we go in the right direction.